Now guys, it's been a little while, but welcome back to another CSGO utility essential video. So this week, the lovely Overpass was released in the Counter-Strike 2 beta. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it, so I can't just showcase Nades for Counter-Strike 2 Overpass. But what we can do is look at CSGO Overpass, an essential video, show 36 different nades you can learn really quickly. They'll all be timestamped down below, because although, you know, CS2's around the corner, we're still playing CSGO on the likes of Face again, Elo, that sort of thing. Overpass is out on Counter-Strike 2, maybe there's a little bit of hype, you want to start playing it, so I'm going to showcase everything you need to know, at least at an essential level here. So if you do enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and let's go right into it. First up, we have the Monster Lurk Smoke, where you're going to come into this corner of the bin, you're going to aim at this window, it's going to be a jump throw. It's going to bounce over like that and catch, and then land here. And that will allow you use the T to basically just play around it a little bit to try and take some space. Then we have the Monster Popflash, which can be thrown from a couple of places, but I like throwing it from water before you get into short. So you come in here, aim at the corner, little jump through across, and then that'll pop flash for your guys that are going maybe into that Lurk Smoke, or maybe they're going to dry out of Monster. Now the last two were for the T side, but for CT, if you want to delay Monster, you come and line up in here. And you just simply aim at where those lines meet, throw it here, and that'll delay. So anyone that is rushing through will have to stop for the molly, or at least smoke it. Now, to molly Toxic, you come in this wall here, aim exactly here, and you're going to do a jump through. So they will hear audio cue, but it's going to land on Toxic and molly them off. And then you can pair that maybe with a flash for people to get out. Now, this lovely thing, which is called a mix of pillar or dildo, depending on where you're from. You can smoke the left-hand side of this from T-spawn. So you're going to come up and line up in here, aim exactly here, do a standard throw, and it should then bounce off the barrel and come across and smoke left side pillar. And with it not being a jump throw or anything, it should also work on 64 tick. Obviously, majority of these are 128. Now, there's a B pop flash from water, which you want to do again, come in beside this board. Stand here, again, standard throw, and that's just going to go on pop there. Also, this Midsite Smoke you can throw. Do it from T-spawn with a pretty nice lineup. You're going to come in beside the barrel, aim right at the top of this, and just do a standard throw again. And it'll bounce in and smoke the middle of the site. Lovely with that. Now, for water on B, there's a smoke and a molly you can throw. I'll showcase both. First one, you're going to come into the corner here. Going to be aiming there. Again, standard throw, so a lot of these will work on both ticks. And this one's really nice if you know someone's playing water regularly and you want to block the vision. And then again, similar position, you just stand in here and aim the molly here, and molly it over, and it'll land at the back. So you can actually probably smoke them off and then molly. One of the important ones then is going to be this Heaven Smoke. Again, a lot of these from B water, again, on this bit of cardboard. Lining up here on the lamppost, the antenna, the railing kind of thing. And again, a standard throw, which is really nice because it will work on both tick rates. And that'll cover Heaven for you. And depending on the sort of execute you're going for, you might want to smoke Bridge. You might want to smoke like ABC or Graffiti, depending on what you call it. So the Bridge Smoke. This is one that I like to throw from water rather than T-spawn. So if you can get in the water control, you want to tuck yourself in. Aim here. And again, this means it's a standard throw rather than a jump throw. And it'll just bounce and smoke lovely. And as I mentioned, there are Graffiti Smokes. Now, you need to throw two to fully smoke it off completely. So I'll show you both lineups. Now, these ones I do like to throw from T-spawn. So here's the one for the left-hand side. Basically come into the middle of this pallet. Aim here and jump throw. And that'll bounce and smoke the left-hand side. And then the right-hand side is from this wall, aiming about here. And you'll jump throw. And you can see that's also smoked the right-hand side. Now, maybe you want to molly this instead of smoke, so this is the molly you can do from water. Come and line up with this beam, then aim at this corner. Standard throw, it'll basically just bounce down and play. So maybe you smoke them off and you want someone from water just to throw that molly, just because they're maybe going to back off into that position, you can catch them. Now, I realised I missed the pillar flash. I did not show you guys this one. So this is another standard throw. You come inside these boxes here. Aim it just in here and throw, and this will basically flash behind pillar or dildo, depending on what you call it. So maybe you go on someone to do the pop flash for monster, and then also have someone do that flash, so 3 people can try and get out. Now, today's video does not have a sponsor, but I just want to point out that you can use my code FAWZ for 50% off on refrag. This is what we're using to showcase all these nades. I use it regularly on stream, so we chat about it on Discord. I use this as Nader. This is their mod to, like, you can add your own nades, you can practice different lineups, everything like that. Plus, they've got different warm-up modes. And as an extra, make sure you join the Discord, because we've got a fantasy section. We're going to be running one from IEM Cologne, and we're actually deciding on a prize for the person that gets first place. So you can just name your team whatever you want. You go in, you got a budget, you pick 5 players from all the teams playing. Obviously, this is for the play-ins. If you have any questions on this, or you need any help, please use the fantasy section. The Discord will help you out. But we're going to do prizes, probably like £10 skins for every single fantasy that comes up. Now, IEM Cologne will probably group them together and maybe do something a bit bigger, but just wanted to mention that. Links to join it are in the description below. And let's get back into the nades. Now, one of the last things from T side is going to be this short molly that you can throw. Now, this is a move throw, right? And you're going to do it coming up against here, aim in here, and it's going to catch like that. That's it kind of loosely, but if anyone's trying to rush into short, that'll delay them. Now, there's two different pop flashes you can throw for water. I want to showcase both of them. This first one you throw from T-spawn. So this is if you're playing as the T, and you want to take that space, you come in against this barrel, in between these two things, and you're going to do a normal throw. And that's going to flash over and catch short. But obviously, from the CT perspective, if you're trying to pop flash in as well, you can throw this one. And you throw this one from heaven, so you just come up against the barrier here. Aim just above, I'm going to call it the chimney, this pipe. Standard throw, and that's going to pop flash in. Now this connector pop flash is super useful. It's a crouch throw, so you want to tuck yourself into these stairs. Aiming like this, and it's going to bounce off, go through the window, which means you can open the door as it goes, and then get the kill on someone that's playing on water. Obviously, you need to break this door as well, so let me get this nade and show how you break it from B-site. So this is back B-site, obviously, you're going to stand near this door, just aim here, and throw. And that's going to blow up and open the door. Obviously, you're not risking yourself, though, because you're not doing it from short. And to continue the useful CT util, I can showcase a smoke now for tunnel, which obviously there's a molly too. So the smoke you can throw from CT spawn from truck, which is super handy. Get yourself tucked in, aim here, standard throw. So once again, this will work on multiple tickers, or both tickers for you. That smokes tunnels that can delay a push. And then the molly you have to throw from graffiti. So you kind of just have to stand in. You see where these tiles are meeting. That's what you want to have your crosshair aiming. Then you're aiming at the edge of this balcony. So the second balcony up, you can see you're going to do a standard throw, and that's going to molly in front. So either way, that can delay. Obviously, the molly will take damage. Smoke, they can just maybe flash out or just go dry through it and maybe take a risk. Now that is most of B side, but I want to showcase some stuff for the CTs, especially for like A or actually middle in this case. So this is going to be the molly for T stairs. And it's a move jump throw. So you're going to fold, you're going to basically come and fall down in front of this item. Okay? You're going to be aiming, I know I've got a smoke in the way, but aiming basically where the line is on that from this position. And it's a move jump throw. So you're going to run, you're going to jump throw. Now this one will take a little bit of learning to get the timing right. So I'm going to watch the bot do it for you. Then I'm going to showcase where it lands. There you go. So they're rushing out T stairs. You'll catch them there. One that we posted recently on TikTok was this pop flash. I think if you have someone fighting mid every time, you should be throwing this pop flash for them. It's so easy to do. You just come inside divider loosely. You aim at this like bit of top connector, like basically the floor where it meets the step, and you just do a jump throw. But if you have someone that's going to go fight, okay, you know someone's going for the fight, you just come in here, you just do this pop flash for them on the timing. Boom. And that just gives them a chance to swing and get some early kills, get some early space. Now, for the A side players, there's a flash you can do here for long. So from A truck, you can basically, we posted this one on TikTok as well. You just come into the truck here, you crouch, aim here, and standard throw. So crouch throw. And it's just going to pop flash beautifully so someone can swing and take the fight long if you're worried about that space. And then there's this flash, which someone from B side, so you need your B side player to learn this flash for you. If you're getting pressured and you need that support and they can't rotate, or they're on the way to rotate, but they need to try and throw something, they can throw this from Toxic, or from Near Toxic. The lineup is very kind of loose on it. I mean, there's nothing on the ground to really align with. You just kind of have to remember that this is where you're aiming. This one takes a little bit of learning, because you have to get enough movement on it to make sure that it's going to actually go over this building. Which you can see that one didn't. There you go, that one did. So just tap W that little bit, and it'll pop like that, and that'll pop over and catch people coming out. Right, this is Nade 25 of 36. As I say, they all are timestamped. Hopefully you're finding this useful, so you can come back to it and get them whenever you need with the timestamps. This is a one-way smoke you throw from bathroom, so this left-hand side of the bathroom door. Aim in here. You're going to just pop a smoke there. And this gives you a one-way that you can view over. Now, focusing on some of the T side stuff you can do for A and mid control in general. So first of all, we're going to have the bathroom smoke, which you can throw from T spawn or from or from playground. And I kind of like the one from playground because I think it's just you get in, you're closer to the support, you're tucking into a ladder rather than doing it from here on a jump throw. You can do a standard throw here from play park. This is where you're going to aim, standard throw. It's going to come over. It's going to bounce off the wall. So they might have time to try and get ahead of it, but that'll smoke nicely. And the next one we have is the divider smoke, which from T-spawn is my preference for this one. It is going to have to be a jump throw, so this is 128 tick. This is the lineup for it. Jump throw. And I can just smoke off an AWP that likes to play this position a lot, so that's a really handy one to have. Then we have this A-long Lurk smoke, which obviously be aware if you throw this and they think you're scaling, maybe they'll do this pop flash that I just showed you. But this Lurk smoke, at this point you're gonna have come up long, you've got bathrooms control, line up the edge of this. And you're going to aim between, I think it's the T and the K. Yeah, T and the K. Aim between that, standard throw. And essentially what this allows you to do is just scale a little bit. So you can throw that, You can walk the whole way up, so don't make noise, but you can just walk out to the left-hand side and like slowly peek around and try and take that spacing. This is the Popflash you can throw from Divider. So again, you'll have to take Bathrooms control for this one. So and then you're gonna come up, aim just above where the leaf is at the bottom. Actually, the leaves move. So aim in here, jump throw, and that'll pop over and flash a site, so you guys can try and enter. There's then smokes and mollies for trucks. So here's the smoke. Again, doing this from Divider. So you're gonna come onto the edge of the seat, or the bench, sorry. Aim between the two sides, like above the sign, but between where like the two circles are. You try and do it that way. Standard throw on this one again, so this will work on both. It's gonna bounce in and land like that. And then after this A-Truck Molly, there's 5 more to go. It's another one from Divider, very similar spot actually, so you can throw the smoke and then you can do this jump throw if you're on 128 tick. That'll land and go behind where the smoke was, like that. So you can smoke them off and then they'll go to reposition, you hit them with the molly. And then you're swinging with that Popflash. Like, that's a really nice triple combo. Then this area of the map is labeled as Jump Up and Refrags. I'm going to call it that. I normally just call it the bin. Like, I don't play Overpass much. I only started playing it recently. So you can throw from A long, which I quite like. Again, you're going to line up on the same bit like of paving. And this is an actual nice crack. And you can see it's a crack, but where it's going like this darker shade into light. Going to do a jump throw. And it's going to bounce through and smoke it. If you're not on that part of the map, you can throw it from top connector as well, coming into this bench. And doing a jump throw as well. So just a couple different options for you, depending on where you're at on the map. Then we have the Midsite Smoke, which I like to do from Divider. So this wall, big line on it, make sure you're lined up with that. Again, just aiming across the top of the WC sign. Standard throw, so 64 tick and 128 tick, this should work. And that can just help put the CTs off a little bit. So obviously you can expect one to possibly swing from dice, then you're worrying about truck, but it cuts off one of the 3 areas that you're having to worry about. If you are wanting to smoke another area, obviously you can do this back dice smoke. A couple of lineups for it. Again, this bit of paving, bottom right off it, so you're going to aim at, and then top right of the WC sign, you're going to do a jump throw. It's going to bounce off the truck outside the bank. Again, can throw it from top connector, going to tuck yourself in here. Aim right in the middle of like that line of the circular bit of the big ass tire, and it's going to be a jump throw. You can know the one I just failed there. I accidentally hit right click and left click. So again, 2 options for it for different parts of the map. And then the last one I have for you is this a bank smoke, so we'll throw it from top connector and from A long as well. Very similar again, this bottom right bit, not top corner this time. Again, you're coming into this little element. I'm going to do a jump throw, so it's technically 2 you can do from one spot, if someone was to drop your smoke. And then you can throw it from top connector as well. Going to be a jump throw, looking in the middle of the light. And you're going to smoke it that way, and it's going to bounce down. So I said at the start 36 nades, because that's what I had listed down, but I think with these multiple variations, we're showing just over 40. So as I say, if you want to go back and see any, all of them will be timestamped down below. Please let me know if you like this sort of content. I plan to make much more of this once Counter-Strike 2 drops. We slowed down a little bit once Counter-Strike 2 was announced because I just know everyone's focus went away from learning utility on CSGO. But like, we do have a confirmed time for Counter-Strike 2. And if you're still playing Faces, still playing Matchmaking, still playing eSport or whatever, you still need to know util to help you win games. So I think this is still very useful. As I said, I use Refrag for this. Use my code FOZZ, F-O-Z-Z, for 15% off. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. We'll catch you in tomorrow's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.